Welcome to the Philly Adcast, informing and engaging the advertising community. Powered by Alchemy X and the PhillyAdClub. Here's your host, Bjorn Henriquez.
Hi, and welcome to the Philly Adcast. I'm your host, Bjorn Henriquez, and I'm here this month with...
I'm Quincy Harris. I have a TV show, The Q on Fox, and I also have a radio show, the Quincy Harris Morning Show on 100.3 WRNB.
And I'm Lamont Brown, and I have a wealth management firm, and lucky enough to be this guy's business partner.
Great. Wow. So today's the Quincy Harris episode, and we're going to get into everything that goes on behind the camera and behind the microphone as well.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, before we start, can I just say something?
What's that?
I didn't know this was going to be on camera.
Okay.
And didn't shave. And I have coffee. So I just want to look like it's
working.
Yeah, it's like comedians in cars getting coffee, but like I have like the cup. I feel like I'm distinguished. I feel like Seth Rogen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're working, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're good, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Not too polished,
You know what they call this guy?
What's that?
He's the guy that plays in every Tyler Perry movie. He's like the love interest. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'll take it.
Keep your shirt on.
This is Shamar Moore. Yeah.
Cool. So first, let's get into a little bit of history. Quincy and I worked in radio together at Power back when it was Clear Channel, before it was iHeart.
Yeah.
Then the Radio 1. I ended up at Radio 1 as well. And then the Fox, I ended up at Fox.
Yes.
So we've been working together a long time.
Yeah.
And Lamont and I had interactions at various points within that. And I know for your followers that are on Instagram, social media, they see pictures of you two a lot.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to kind of explore the relationship and the deeper meaning behind that when it comes to the business of Quincy Harris.
So, me and Lamont, we went to high school together.
Okay.
And Lamont, we're like total opposites, but we've never had an argument.
No, we haven't.
You are very like principles and morals and things like that. You guys are like the same kind.
Yeah.
But then personality-wise,
He's a T-shirt.
Yeah, you see, this is exactly.
That's how it works.
And then I'm suit.
Yeah.
Way over here.
But no, I think I don't know if we never had an argument because he probably didn't bring it up, or we just never had an argument. But I would like to think that we just kind of clicked. I think we got like really close in like 12th grade, and then we went to the same college, went to Temple University. And I think it was about 2.5 years ago where just like with my business, he already manages the small money that I do have. And it starts with trust. So, right? Like I trust Lamont. Like I trust him with my family. I trust him with my kids. I trust him, right? Mm-hmm. So it was already a trust there. I said trust a lot. And then we were just trying to explore like different things, like how we could work together. And a lot of times when you have a friend that, you're like, hey, maybe you could be my business partner. They have no like background in any kind of business. But what Lamont does for a living, he manages money. He sets up people's future. It kind of just clicked. We literally talked one day like, man, we were kind of not growing apart, but like he had his business, I had my business. And we're like, man, it would be kind of cool. He even said it, like, it would be kind of cool if we can figure out how to work together, how LeBron James works with his friends, Maverick Carter, specifically. And we've kind of grew this relationship and going down like different paths together, and it's been great.
So Lamont, at what point during that, school relationship, or that relationship that was fostered in school, did you see something special or that talent within Quincy?
Yeah, Q has always been one of those individuals who just changed the energy in the room, right? So you knew when he walked in, the dynamic changed, and people fed off that. So we did stuff in high school, talent shows, and throughout.
Left that out.
Yeah, exactly, right. So you knew it. You got a sense of just how he made people feel, right? Like, and you see it even to this day. I'll use an example of when we had that meeting, and just so happened we was in the same building as one of the main sponsors for Fox, right? The legal.
Yeah. Okay.
And just to see his interaction with C-suite execs to the rank and file, like you don't forget how he made you feel, right? And you saw that even back in high school, so you knew this guy had had potential.
Got you. So you just mentioned that you were in two totally different businesses. How has one industry, which is finance, prepared you to work within the media entertainment space with
I mean, it goes to what he said before, it's trust, right? So on the financial services side or the wealth management side, part of what I'm charged to do is help people build teams of advisors around them, right? So for him, it was, dude, it's not my space, right? I'm not coming in being an expert. I'm coming in to help a friend, right? But I'm gonna help you build this team, So a lot of the skills was transferable from a trust standpoint, and then also learning the language, right? So I've been in the business of learning the language of money, for 20 years. So being able to pick up on it fairly quickly, and his spaces was just getting caught up to the language as well. I mean, we were in LA for shooting some content, and it was with Tamar and somebody
Tamar
texted
Braxton
me saying they need glam. I'm like, glam, like what is what is glam, right? So being
Did
able
you just
to
nod and roll with it? You didn't say anything? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll get you some glam, right? So being able to pick up the language, so the skill sets was transferable, but it all starts with trust,
right.
In that space from a financial planning standpoint, work with someone in the entertainment industry.
That's fantastic. I always say, that should be a goal, to be able to work with your friends. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, it has to be the right partnerships because, I will say this, Lamont is so structured down to, me and our close friend circle, we joke about like how organized and how frugal that Lamont is, but that like if you can manage millions of dollars for people and companies, I'm thinking it's millions of dollars.
Yeah, we're good.
Right? I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, good guess.
I would hope. I would hope you don't you're only not managing just my $20.
I'll be broke,
right?
And the family be out.
But he's managing like money and trust with people and businesses. You can handle this.
Right.
Like this is just literally setting an order and setting a structure. And a lot of times for me, I'm good off the cuff. And a lot of my business was just off the cuff.
Right.
Lamont made me like, let's slow down, let's structure this, let's get some advisors, and let's put some structure around, your non-structure.
So what is Germantown Entertainment?
It's my production company. I named it Germantown because I look at Will Smith as he is what you would want to be if you're in entertainment, right? He has Overbrook Entertainment, so I just named my production company after my section of Philadelphia I grew up in.
Right.
And we're doing outside projects through Germantown Entertainment. I think the most important thing now is understanding the business of what I do, right? I understand the business of radio. I understand the business of television. I understand how much it's not only good to be in front of the camera, but like, okay, how much money are they making, or how much money is this generating, right? And then figuring out like, man, if I'm doing this and this is generating this, I can do some outside projects and generate money. It's not only just about money. I have kids. So I want to, what Lamont said, I didn't grow up seeing people with media companies, or I didn't grow up, Will Smith was like, man,
right.
like I want to be like that, but how?
Right.
So for me to leave something for our kids and my kids, and being able to own, because a lot of times you see people in front of the camera or people in front of the microphone, and once somebody's done with them, they're done.
Right.
And they didn't have any ownership in what they really were busting their behind to create.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Yeah. From being talent from the beginning, what has been your relationship with, sales and advertising within the different buildings that you're in?
I mean, for me, it's always been trying to over-deliver. I remember when I first started radio, I would go on, I was like a promotion assistant, and I would go out, and certain radio personalities didn't want to be there, right? They're getting paid for their 2-hour appearance fee, and they're sitting there reading a newspaper. And I'm like, wow, this dude's getting paid to not do anything. But then I always put in my mind, like, how does this client feel that this person doesn't want to be here? They have bad energy. They're not doing what they're paid to do. The station may not, they may lose an account, right? So for me, I was like, man, I got to do something. Like, I've always felt like, man, let me grab the mic. So then they would let me grab the mic, right? Because they're getting paid already. It was already in their check.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm entertaining the crowd. And I've just gained great relationships. I remember being a PA, and I remember it was this is before Easy Pass, It was an event in Jersey. I couldn't find it. Didn't call anybody. I'm coming back. I had to come back over the bridge. Couldn't find it. The promotion's over. I almost got fired. And my boss at the time, Helen Little, said, well, if you didn't have any money, how did you get back over the bridge? I was like, oh, snap. I just didn't think about it. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I'll make sure that, and I remade I made up the promotions with the client, but I always felt like I knew what radio was. I never forget someone told me that radio and television are commercials, and then you have content to fill the commercial, like to support the commercials. Right. And I always thought that. I never thought like I was bigger than, like I'm so great. It's always about the client. It's just always about the client. Like if they're spending their hard-earned money, they want to get a return.
Right.
They want to feel good. So that's always been my thing. Like I've had great Sneaker Villa. I know that's going now. It turned into another thing, but I made the tagline, "Join the movement," right? Like that. They didn't ask me to do that, but I was like, "Oh man, maybe you guys should call it this." I always try to go above and beyond for people, and clients just happen to fall into that. And I understood that clients paid the bills.
Yeah, with the explosion of the podcast industry and everything that's going on, what made you want to use that platform?
For me, I have a 22-minute talk show where some of the segments, you had 3 or 4 segments. I have 3 minutes to talk to people on TV. You can't, for me, that's just not enough time.
Right.
Radio, you have maybe 6 minutes to talk to people. It's not enough time. Like and for me, I'm at a point where I want to know from certain people. I want to know the process behind why you did X, Y, and Z. I want to know your not your personal life, but what makes you tick. And it's not so much the gotcha question.
Right.
Like I know you're here to promote this cup, and then I have a question to ask about this cup, and then you're gone. Right. And then on radio, it's like, yo, this is your cup. And we're talking about the cup, and it's a little bit more about the previous cups you had, and then we're done. Right. I want to know why you made the cup. Right. I want to know what made you think about making the lettering blue, red, and white. Like it's a little bit more deeper than just the surface level questions.
Right. And we're now in an era where people are consuming 2 hour.
Oh, for sure.
Hour long.
Joe Rogan he's the GOAT.
Example, yeah. Well, you know what? Because in radio for years it was always about short, tight breaks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or and keeping everything, get right back to the music. It's all about the music. And it took the internet coming along, that direct to consumer relationship, to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna throw this out here, and it's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But you get so enthralled by it. I think the bridge before Rogan was Stern.
Oh, for sure.
You had Howard Stern doing it, and then Rogan took it to another level.
Howard Stern's birthday is January 12th. I just want everybody to know that.
Okay.
And
that's my birthday.
What I will say is, even with the podcast, outside of creating great content, it's an opportunity to build even more relationships, right? Yeah. So you're talking about, individuals that he either might have already had relationships with, or just new people that's doing exciting things, right? So for us, it just opens up a high level of collaboration.
And there's so many people that I would love to talk to, right? Justin Weinberg. Known Justin for a couple years. I would love, from him being a lawyer going to Alchemy, I would love to talk to him. That may not be a conversation you can have on radio or TV, but I'm interested in it, and I know other people would be interested, right? So you can talk to him. Jonah Berger, he made a book called Contagious. He has another book, and I want to talk to him about, this is a book that he wrote. The late Nipsey Hussle read the book. It shaped some of his marketing. I want to talk to him about that.
Mixtape campaign,
right? Yeah. So I want to talk to Jonah Berger, who's a professor at the University of Penn. That may not fit on radio. That may not fit on TV.
Right.
But I want to start highlighting people in things that the other things that I'm also intrigued and excited about.
Okay.
And you can do that on podcasts.
And let's leave it on this, because I always like that you brought up books. What are you reading right now?
I'm completing Contagious.
Okay.
I just got 3. I got 2 or 3 books. I got not the autobiography, the biography of Frederick Douglass. I know you do like audiobooks.
Yeah.
I do both.
Yeah.
I have Audible, and then
This
is the messed up thing I do
a second
sometimes.
degree in the car, man.
Huh?
I'm getting a second degree in the car.
This is the mess up. I'll order the book. Like, I get excited. I did this with Dapper Dan's book. It just came out. Yeah, so I ordered the book and then started to read the book, and I was like, man, I only have so many opportunities where I can stop and actually read. And then I end up getting the audiobook as well. So I end up buying books twice.
Yeah.
A couple of times where, I end up doing it. Really good audiobook, by the way. Amari Hardwick can actually read
Really?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
Ghost from Power is actually doing
Okay.
the reading.
He's
Nice.
he's deep. He's deep.
Yeah. So what about you, book-wise?
Yeah, man. So I just finished up. I'm in this this leadership coaching program, and there's spiraling books and running through there. So we just finished up this book called The Inside Team. So it's about the voices in your head, right? And how you can shape them and use them to your advantage. I mean, we all got people talking up there, so understanding what they're saying, why they're saying it, and reposition it. So it was pretty interesting, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're deep,
good.
man. I don't know what you guys thought.
Well, thanks for taking the time out to come and talk.
Man.
Tell us about the business behind Quincy, your unique partnership,
Yes.
and how that came about, and then also dropping the jewel and letting people know what's on your bookshelf. Yeah, there's nothing in
There's nothing else in here. Right, thank you. Thanks for coming
All right,
out.
man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, man.
Thank you. We'll leave a lot of the information that we covered here in the show notes, links to the books that we mentioned and everything, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Nice.
This episode was recorded at Alchemy X. On behalf of the Philly Adcast team, I'm Lisa Leonard. Thanks for listening.